All right, everybody, and welcome to the Swiss Army Nerd Podcast. This is your co-host, John Sturkrod, and my other co-host,
Neil Lynch.
Neil
Look how happy I am.
Neil
I'm not
Jack-
jacking.
I'm
Flexing. I'm just flexing my tricuff.
I was incredibly distracted by the motion of masturbation.
I'm not masturbating. I'm tricuff flexing.
I love the fact that people are going to listen to the podcast and not see this.
And they're going to hear the...
And they're just going to be like, these guys are masturbating while they're talking to us. We're not.
Don't use that sound ever again.
Can we get a sound clip of that?
This is the putty masturbation sound.
Putty? You didn't...
That's exactly how Silly Putty would sound if it was beating its meat.
Well, you just have to answer my question.
What would Silly Putty sound like if it was beating its meat?
No, if you beat your meat with silly putty.
I don't know. Actually,
no, we're not going to go down the beat meat territory right now.
I think we're already in meat-beating zones.
I did put Silly Putty on my penis when I was a kid.
Well, that was when you were a kid, when you didn't know shit.
Did you, like, mold
It
it?
was like 4 years ago. It was last night. But I remember doing it and going like, okay, so this is what a vagina feels like. It's not what it feels like. It kind of just feels wrong.
It's better than Play-Doh, though.
No, I did Play-Doh. I did the whole penis in the Play-Doh can.
Did you, like, mold it?
No, it wasn't, you know. I guess it, by accident, made a mold.
No, I mean, like, take it out and, like, look at that.
No, I did not. I did not do that. I was just... I was at that age where you're just putting your penis in everything. The ripe old age of 19. You know, we've been there. Anyway.
Fucking what?
Fucking what?
I think I was a little young.
Yeah, right. So how was your week? I'm gonna initiate this one.
It was good. It was actually a pretty good week.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Solid workout week. It's
Good.
WrestleMania week, so I'm always excited about that. It's like my
Super
super...
Bowl.
When's
Yeah.
WrestleMania?
Sunday.
Sunday.
This Sunday.
Sunday Fun Day. Oh,
Yeah,
alright.
this Sunday, it's the Mania, so after that, I go through the depression stages.
So no podcast on Monday because you're gonna be like dead.
Well, no, because I have to do it Monday. But I should be okay.
Gotta do a recap of what happened in WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know you got to, but like
We'll try.
I was about to
No
say,
promises.
let's see how hungover.
We are doing a Sunday one before Mania, so we can get our picks and
Small
stuff.
one.
Good
Yeah.
idea.
So that's pretty cool.
Just throw it in. That's all right.
Yeah.
Smart.
How was your week?
Good.
Hope it was terrible.
Oh, thanks, man. It was actually a good week, but thanks for always being the Debbie Downer that you are, you piece of shit.
Yep.
So
I think this is the first week going forward that like I haven't felt like shit. Like I felt like shit all winter. Like now it snowed today. Of course it did. I fucking hate
it's
this.
always winter.
this
It's always winter here.
Dude, it's like reverse Game of Thrones.
It's going to
It's not any better
snow
down south.
like, throughout May.
No, yeah, we are literally north of the wall.
But doesn't that mean we're gonna get a long summer? Does that
Bullshit.
Dude, it's Western New York. Our weather changes like that.
I feel like
One day it's going to be 60, the next day it's going to be negative 30.
A long summer for us is literally a month and a half,
yeah.
You get like
maybe 2.
long winter, kind of medium spring, short ass summer, long fall, and then winter.
Then
Like,
winters.
our summer is literally like part of June, July, August a bit.
Yeah, not even a lot of August.
August is like death day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It sucks. The state sucks. I'll go ahead and say it. New York
North
State
of the wall.
sucks. Oh, excuse me. So that's good. Did
Yeah.
you even answer the question? How was your week?
I said good, and then
Oh,
Tom was
okay.
like, "Fuck you,
Oh,
bitch."
okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Patrick, how was your week?
I went to Pennsylvania on Tuesday.
Nice.
Pittsburgh, right?
Pittsburgh.
How was
Was
that?
it shit
What was
show?
that for?
Huh?
What was that for?
Just family thing.
Family thing?
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Way to feed the crowd.
Yeah, man.
We went
Really
to a
drawing the
museum.
viewers
It
in.
was really exciting.
There we go.
I stared at rocks and bones. Nothing I haven't seen in here before.
Wait, so where'd you go again?
Museum in Pittsburgh.
Was it dinosaur bones?
Did you get the steak?
Yeah.
Dynasty? Dinosaur shit's
Steak.
cool.
The steak sandwiches they have.
No.
Philly steak?
Oh,
Yeah, one of those.
He went to Pittsburgh, not Philly.
Philly.
Philly cheesesteak. It's not Pittsburgh cheesesteak. And that's it. He's done.
Is it?
It's not. There's no.
Philadelphia is a different than Pittsburgh.
Well, I know it's different, but they're like close, right?
No!
Oh my god.
This is like John with the King and Queen of England.
No, but they're close.
Alright.
No.
They're in the same
Alright.
state. It's not like, you know.
Honestly, if you brought up a map, I couldn't tell you where either is.
I know, like Philadelphia is like really far east.
You know what I was thinking the other day? I
It's in the
literally
ocean.
I literally
Atlantis.
cannot name all 50 states. I can't even name 30 states.
Really?
I swear to God, like I was trying to think. Did you know Montana is a state?
Yeah.
You know what taught me that? Far Cry. I didn't know that until I was
Are you
this
fucking
age.
kidding me?
I had no idea. Montana was. I thought it was like a county.
So
or
did you
something.
just think like the middle U.S. is just like
that
one
meme
zone?
I saw where the guy was
Yeah.
trying to take his test to become a citizen, and he goes, "What's the third president?" And he goes, "Oh, that's an easy one. It's this guy." And he goes, "Wrong. No one in America knows that answer."
That's true. They
This is Philly. This is Pittsburgh.
Wow, Philly's almost next to New Jersey.
They are literally on opposite ends of the state.
Yeah, nowhere near each other.
I fucked that one up a lot.
I didn't know Pittsburgh's so near to Akron.
Right?
It's crazy.
That's why
Akron,
Philly's
yeah.
so crazy. Because they're close to Jersey. They had to be fighting off the Jersey border.
That makes sense, I guess.
Defending the Jersey, exactly.
Whatever excuse they need to be psychopaths.
They are yeah, no, they're crazy
It
people.
was worse in Pittsburgh than it was here. You guys just had high wind. We had a whiteout.
Oh, it's Pittsburgh always is though.
Yeah, Pittsburgh
That's
gets fucked.
Pennsylvania's slowly turning
followed
into like
us
that shit state.
to New York.
You ever notice that?
it's basically Fallout. Like it's a shit show. In
Yeah, like
Pennsylvania.
between the weather and the news stories, because like have you ever noticed like once a week I'm getting something, or every other week usually, it's something from like Philadelphia.
It's like
or
PA, or it's like Ohio, and then every
or like
once
just the middle states.
Arkansas or some shit gets a lot of bad shit. They must get crazy out
We got
there.
hit pretty bad with that wind.
Oh yeah, dude, did you see
You
that?
see Groveland Road?
I have no idea what road that
Groveland
is.
Road is the one that's going into Groveland. As,
I was going to tell you about the one in Temple Hill.
You talking about
Yeah.
the one that?
no, I'm talking about Groveland Road where there was like 4 or 5 different power lines, like poles.
That's
Yeah,
normal.
There was also a tree in the middle of Groveland Road.
Yeah.
On Temple Hill, you could drive
Temple Hill's
past
a
it.
big oak.
Yeah,
Yup.
it's
Yup.
huge, and it fell right over.
Yup.
I was looking at it. I drove past it. I was like, holy shit. It was real, man.
Dude, all those trees are dead though.
Yeah,
just gonna
no one
take
upkeeps that shit.
No, there is no.
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 Well,
All
yeah,
right.
the
So,
one was
yeah,
great,
we
right?
saw Ready Player One. We probably should preface
Yeah.
that one. a
Oh,
little
yeah,
bit.
you guys did see Ready Player One.
Okay.
How about that?
How was it, Tom?
I don't know. I wasn't invited.
Oh, that's right.
You know what? I wasn't invited either.
Weren't you there?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I thought he was there.
I thought, because you were in Pittsburgh.
All right, never
Not
mind.
yet,
We
but
did
no one
not
even
see Ready
notified
Player
me.
One.
Okay, I was supposed to notify Tom Monday. That's not my fault.
It is your fault.
Oh my god.
How is it not your fault for supposed to?
I forgot because he wasn't there
That
Monday.
would make it your fault.
Whatever. I'll take blame. Fine. It was.
You're like 50% at blame.
Do we want to start with that review?
I think we should end with it.
How
Okay.
are you going to be a mathematician or whatever the fuck you're going for if you can't do the basic math of it's his fault?
No, that's 50% him.
50%.
50%,
I'll
maybe
take 50%.
48.
The other half.
I'll take 50.
Who's the other half?
Yeah.
Everyone else that was associated, including yourself.
I get a
I
whole.
wasn't notified.
I know.
But you were there.
I was not. I
Oh,
was
You
in
were,
Pittsburgh.
he was
We
there.
literally just said that.
I
I
keep
think
think-
he was
I am
there.
so fucking wired on coffee and Red Bull. It's
All right,
insane.
so let's move into movie news.
Undisclosed caffeine products.
Oh yeah, coffee's not bad. a bowl of red. I guess.
That happens to be blue.
Bluish bowl
All
of
right.
red.
Wow, a
All
bluish
right,
bowl.
we are moving into movie news.
All right, let's start it.
Well, before we jump into movie news, anyone else have anything they want to throw their dick on the table for?
Do you have anything on Infinity War, the previews that they've gotten?
Nah, I gave up on Infinity Wars because here's why.
Don't want any spoilers.
I don't
Well,
want any spoilers.
There's
I
no
don't want
spoilers. I just thought this was cool. You know how they give like certain groups of people, they get like to see 25 minutes of it?
Yeah.
And then they get to go on social media and talk about it, but they don't get to give spoilers away. Well, they did it for Infinity War, and like almost all the reviews were 10 out of 10. And a lot of people said that what they saw in 25 minutes is better than any film they've seen so far. 25 minutes, which it may be a real bias because I'm sure it's like super nerds that get to see it. But still, that's impressive. And it was so good that it boosted the numbers. They think it's going to be 200 mil.
Yep,
Yeah,
I
opening.
did
I'm
see
looking at
that
that right
one.
now.
That's
I did see
insane.
that one.
I think it's.
For
I think
just
it's.
U.S. opening.
I think that's gonna. I think it's gonna hit
China's
that.
going to make that
Oh yeah,
15 times bigger.
The China posters are cool. You see that shit?
they actually have better posters than we do.
Yeah, you actually
Some
get to
bullshit.
see. You get to see Spider-Man with the Iron Spider and shit.
Yup.
We didn't get
Yup.
that stuff.
No, I don't know. They have better posters.
Yeah, they always put. I think they're more artistic, or at least
Something
creative.
Yeah, I think they're
something.
more creative with
They're
the posters.
more imaginative.
Yeah,
So-
that's good.
That's the
What do
point.
we got, Neil?
So, what we got, real quick, back into the jump into the Infinity War thing, real quick. Can you imagine if like the first 25 minutes like the first 25 minutes of the movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you imagine if like past that it's just porn? Just
They could have. They wouldn't have known.
best
It's
movie.
just the black screen.
Just black screen.
I would have been so frustrated being there though, because I hate being titillated. So if I
Yeah.
watch 25 minutes and then they just goes to black, I'm gonna be like, that's it. I'm fighting one of these people.
I agree. I'd rather just not see it until.
They took this away from me. I can't handle it.
So, with that being said, let's jump into the movies, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, let's start with some rumors that have been confirmed, pretty much. Woody Harrelson's Carnage, like that's pretty much confirmed. It's a rumor, but
Woody Harrelson? That's interesting.
Harrison, fucking, what's his name?
Zombieland. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
Zombieland.
And he was in the other one.
You'll get there.
Oh my God, Hunger Games. See you, buddy.
Bye.
Our undisclosed guest.
Yep, undisclosed guest.
Much love, buddy.
Top secret guest. Anyways, so yes, no, it's pretty much confirmed he's gonna be Carnage, and I think that would be good.
I like him. I like it. He's earned.
It's an odd pick.
It's
but
odd.
I think it's gonna be good.
Carnage has to be perfect though, so I like that they got a seasoned guy and they didn't get like
A newbie. Yeah, I agree.
And plus, him against Tom Hardy would be.
I'm glad they didn't get like another Topher Grace. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like I'd rather Woody Harrelson. So they're gonna go with older version of Carnage. It's gonna be interesting to see how he plays it because the actual Carnage is fucking twisted. So it's hard for me to see Woody Harrelson, but he's been villains before, I guess.
He was kind of villainous in the role that made me think of when I saw this was No Country for Old Men. He really wasn't like a villain,
Yeah.
but he kind of had that like dark edge to him.
Yeah.
So that times like 1,000.
I like it though. I didn't know. That's cool. That's really cool you told me that because I didn't know they casted him.
Yep.
So.
So it's pretty much.
The first movie I've seen Woody Harrelson in is Anger Management, where he played the gay guy.
Oh, that was
yeah.
great. I love that movie. Fantastic.
So it's pretty much confirmed. It's still a rumor, but I mean,
Yeah.
we've heard it for weeks now, so I'm just gonna say confirmed. You heard it here first. All right, moving on. So, a movie came out today. You know what it's called?
Oh,
Shit on his deck.
Yes.
blockers.
Cockblockers did come out, but
Yes.
that's not it.
We gotta see.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have to see Cockblockers.
Not too good though. The reviews are not
No
good.
matter. We'll
It's
see
a
it.
Yeah, we'll see
comedy
it.
though. Like I always take comedies with a grain of salt.
Yeah, because it's very it's you either
It's
like
narrow.
it or you don't.
Yeah. No, what came out today was a horror movie called A Quiet Place.
I want to see that. That's the one that was written and directed by John Krasinski, right?
Yep.
Jim
And he's
Halpert
in
from
it.
The Office.
I think you want to say that again so the audience can hear it.
Oh right. A Quiet Place. One more time. A Quiet Place.
That's probably super creepy to hear with headphones on.
Oh yeah.
But I want to see that, and all the reviews on it are outstanding.
Yep.
Like,
96% on Rotten Tomatoes. Emily Blunt's in it too.
which is John Krasinski's wife.
I did not know that.
Yep. And what's crazy is she had to audition for his role. He wrote it and did all that, and then I guess he just. I was watching on Jimmy Kimmel or found whatever, but he was talking about how he was writing it, and his wife was kind of there the whole time he was writing it. And she was like, I love this role. I want to be this character. And he was like, well, you have to, like, jokingly, you have to try out, because he thought she was kidding. Sure as shit, she made her try out. Like, it wasn't a gimme just because they were married, so I thought that was cool.
That is cool.
But I want to see it. I think I love him as an actor. I liked him in, obviously, The Office, but he's also a really good serious actor in what is it, the Benghazi
Yeah, the
movie.
Benghazi story. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was amazing in that.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
I loved it.
He killed that role.
Yeah, so I want to see this.
And he's gonna be in a new, like he's gonna be Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
Yep.
On Amazon.
I like that he's like coming into his own. Like he didn't just sit around as Jim Halpert and collect.
Yeah, collect the money and leave. Yeah.
I want to
don't
see it
know
though for sure.
If you have this nail or not,
Shoot.
but I was just reading, speaking of Amazon, that they're gonna do a Lord of the Rings TV series.
Yeah,
We talked about this.
We
Yeah,
talked about this.
Yes,
that's
it's
right.
just it's still moving forward. I haven't heard anything else new about it though. That's the issue.
Hmm.
I thought I seen a commercial on it.
Was there a commercial?
I know they.
Dick butts.
I don't know. I can't remember if any main characters in it. They're not, right?
What do you mean?
Didn't you say it's not? off
It's
the
weird. They have certain rights to certain characters.
That's right. That's right.
So some characters can and can't be in it.
Probably gonna be only cameo appearances though.
I mean, I think it would be hard for Amazon to score those cameos. I don't know. I've never seen
If
that.
anything, you'd probably only get like Gandalf. Like I can see is.
I feel like they'll get the main ones, and then like the side characters, they're gonna have to figure something out.
I don't think it's gonna be any of the hobbits.
I've never seen that Aragorn guy ever play another role ever.
He played a few roles past.
He was in Hidalgo. He was in a couple other.
But nothing like big.
Let's be honest though. After most of them didn't go on to do much. They were like, oh shit. Well,
definitely not Gimli. Is he still alive? The character that played the guy who played Gimli.
I don't know because he was in Indiana Jones. I didn't know that until like the other day.
Either.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
who played Gimli.
I don't either. The only one that I know is Sir Ian McKellen, and which he was Gandalf, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then Legolas,
Sean Bean.
Orlando Bloom.
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean is the not Gimli.
No, Barracks.
Yeah, he's the other one. But yeah, Gimli. I think it's hard. What's his name though? Gollum does a lot of shit. He was Ulysses
Andy Serkis.
Claw.
Yeah, he does a lot.
He did a lot of the CGI shit.
A couple of movies?
Who?
Yeah, he did stuff. He did
He's
that.
done a few things.
Remember that show? He had the show Wilford.
That's still going.
Yeah, he was great in that, and
Yep.
he was in like Sin City and stuff.
Yep, he still had a few things, but
He
like
was in
most
Sin
of them haven't done a whole lot.
I'm sure they still get banged for it.
Oh
right?
yeah, there's no doubt they're probably in royalties
Yeah,
in
they
some
have
way,
to.
shape, or form. Like that, those movies were blockbuster smashes. So
I didn't realize how much you get in royalties. You know, Friends, the show Friends, they still make like $10 million a year.
I'm not
A
surprised.
piece, like that's insane.
You know what's funny? Matt LeBlanc. That's
yeah,
his name, right?
the guy who played Joey.
Yep. At one point, he was getting $2 million an episode near the end,
I'm not surprised. It was the biggest show.
and they brought it up to him, and they're like, do you feel bad about that? He's like, if someone comes up to you and is like, listen, we're gonna increase your pay, would you say no?
Yeah, why would you?
Why would
It's
you?
earned. I mean, they're one of the greatest shows of all time, and
Yep.
I'm not even like the biggest Friends fan, but
I don't like Friends.
just as
but
longevity.
it was a huge
10
longevity.
10
My parents
seasons.
used to watch it all the time, and I'd sit there and watch it. I wouldn't say I didn't like it. I liked it.
It's not everyone's thing. Like it's just like Seinfeld's not
Yep.
everyone's thing. It's
I didn't like it because they didn't have jobs.
yeah, it didn't make.
They did?
No, they barely did though. I agree with them. They would go in and out the whole episode. They would like almost never work. They would just leave.
If you
It's the
look
same
at
thing
them
with
as
Seinfeld.
no, Seinfeld, they actually are seen
Yeah.
doing jobs, and
Yeah.
Jerry is doing comedy bits at the beginning and the end.
Yeah, and
That's
Yeah.
what he.
Joey's always working.
And George's
Seinfeld-
always working.
Joey's an actor. Ross is a.
Yeah, but you
family.
rarely,
no, they have to-
rarely see them do it.
What
You
he,
see him do it.
barely though.
Rarely.
Out of
Not
10,
nearly as much as you see.
Yeah.
in
What on Seinfeld?
out of 10 seasons, almost 90% of the episodes you never see them doing.
They're
their
always
job.
in that fucking coffee shop, man.
Yeah. It just seems a little outrageous. Like I get what you're saying.
And they're always in the same spot. I think they're assholes.
They kind of own that
It's
place.
their own Uno table.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
but like it's a public place, so like what do they do? Go in and kick people out? I think there actually is an episode where they kick someone out of that.
Yeah.
The seats.
yeah, they're
No, I
not.
think they just invade him and they make the guy uncomfortable and then he just leaves.
Can
Yeah,
you
that's
imagine
not
that?
cool.
You're just like standing.
We're friends.
We're friends.
Uh,
You're not one of us.
That definitely that show comes off like everyone would be like, oh, it's perfect. It's really not. If you dissect it, there's so many flaws.
What's the one that had the kid?
Oh yeah, Ross has
Ross
two
has
kids,
got-
and you barely ever see them. Like he's the worst father.
3
He
episodes?
loses rights to one of them because his wife turned lesbian and left him.
Well, yeah, he gets them on like weekends, but there's literally 4 seasons where you never see Ben. That's his first kid, and then I'm like right now I'm watching season 9 and 10 and 8. They have a kid. Spoiler, I guess, if you
Yeah,
haven't
I
watched
mean,
it.
With Rachel.
Rachel and Ross have a kid, but then in season 9 you barely see the kid. They just go back to being friends, then they don't even mention the kid. Which I think is so weird.
What, yeah, what'd she do with that kid?
No one knows. I don't know. So maybe in season 10 it'll pop back up. I don't know.
Conspiracy theories are brute. Anyways,
Maybe the kids didn't want to be on the show anymore.
Maybe. I know the one kid is the Zach and Cody
yep,
from the Disney show. Yeah, that's Ben. When Ben gets older, that's who the kid is.
that's who it is. Yep.
Alright.
Moving on.
Interchange twins.
Hey, Predator reboot. Remember we were talking about that?
That's right.
We have gotten that it's going. The trailer for it will come out in mid-April.
Mid-April.
Here's the thing, though. It was on April 1st they said this. So here is why I fucking hate April Fool's Day.
Because you can't believe it.
Can never believe shit.
Yeah.
News is bullshit on April Fool's Day. That's why I shut my phone off on April Fool's Day, because it's fucking bullshit.
Is it supposed to take place after Predators?
I don't know.
I think it's a whole
I
an
think-
origin
yeah.
reboot.
I think it's
Like,
a whole ass reboot. 10? Okay.
Into the
Yeah.
segment.
So I think it's a whole reboot. I'm
Yeah.
not 100% sure.
I mean, I'm fine with
kind of
Predator.
cool if they did another like
I don't
twist
really.
with the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing.
Yeah, he said he'd come back for it.
Yeah.
But, you know.
It'd probably be a cameo appearance.
Oh,
yeah.
He's the pilot that's saying, "Get to the chopper."
Dude,
Yeah.
that'd be good.
It's just
I'd like
keep it simple. You
Yeah,
don't
keep
need
them
a lot
simple.
of. You don't need a lot of. Excuse me, Arnie.
Speaking of Arnie, though, guess which movie?
He's the Predator.
Yeah, he's actually the Predator. Spoilers. Just takes the mask off. I'm back.
Gonna say Terminator.
Nope, not Terminator. It's another movie that made him very famous.
True Lies.
Good guess, but
No, it's
no.
not bad.
No.
Twins.
That
there's,
didn't.
There's a throwback.
Remember Conan?
Yes.
We talked about it before.
Conan the Barbarian.
Well, do you know what was an offshoot of Conan after Conan came out? If you can get this, I'll be very impressed.
He-Man. I don't know. That was my guess. I'm sorry.
Good guess, but wrong. Completely wrong. I feel like you know. I just have a feeling you
I'm
know.
trying to think of a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I don't know when Conan came out. So.
1980.
A long time ago.
Long ago.
When we
Red
were not
Sonja. Ever heard of that movie?
Yeah,
Never.
Okay, well,
Never heard of it.
it's rough to sit through. It's more or less like yeah.
I know that.
It's a spin-off. And remember good old not Wiz Khalifa, Flava Flav?
Yeah.
His first wife was the star.
Oh my god. I can't even think of his first wife.
Yep.
I find it hard for Flavor Flav to even be married, honestly.
Well, his
Well,
first wife was the star. Apparently, they're doing a reboot of it, and she's not going to be in it probably because
Thank God.
she's old now. But yeah, apparently they're doing a reboot.
Of course
Why?
they reboot everything.
But why though? Red
There's
Sonja
no
had some,
creativity anymore.
but Red Sonja was so niche.
Yeah.
Like it's so niche. It's an offshoot of Conan.
Yeah. I can't imagine a lot of people want to see it. I don't.
I
have no
don't.
interest.
I remember the old movie, and
If you're gonna reboot something, you gotta reboot something that's gonna get the most eyes.
yeah,
Like a reboot, like Pee Wee's Funhouse would be better
Okay.
because you could get like kids.
Okay.
And, I'm just saying.
you can get kids what?
I'm not saying.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not okay. Bad example. Horrible example. Don't reboot.
We're moving on. We're moving on from the pedophile stuff. Jesus. So the last two things I have before Ready Player One. Good news and bad news. What do you want to hear first?
Bad news.
Okay, DC confirmed that the Flash movie, the origin or whatever movie they're doing, it may or may not be Flashpoint. It's also not connected to the DCEU.
Of course it's not.
But no, because what was the villain that was going to make him travel
Captain
back?
Boomerang. Oh,
Captain Cole.
Captain Cole.
Captain Cole was going to make him travel back in time.
Which made no sense.
Yeah.
Which,
So,
I'm going to freeze you so you go back in time.
he's
Good
gonna-
news, it's already turning into a shit show, DC.
Shocker.
Great work. And now the good news. Saudi Arabia.
Heard about this thing.
35 years they've banned movies. And now they're unbanning movies. You know why?
Why?
Black Panther.
Oh, so that's pretty cool.
Right?
I didn't know movies were banned in Saudi Arabia.
Yep. Yep. Some of the... Yep.
What has to happen for someone to ban movies?
They just don't like the Western culture. So
Well, I know in Saudi Arabia, they're obviously their culture is very different. They just this year or last year, either way, they just allowed female wrestlers to wrestle there.
Yeah.
Yep.
For a long time, they wouldn't even let them wrestle, and then this year they were allowed to, but they had to be completely covered besides their face, which
Right,
is still a huge,
hijab.
which is
I
crazy.
can't remember if I say that correctly. Is
So
it a job? The job?
Oh yeah, because they didn't have to wear anything on their face; they just had to cover all their. It was almost like they had to wear superhero shit.
Oh, that's cool though.
But yeah, it's a step in the right direction. I mean, I'm not saying anyone's culture is better than the other, but obviously it's outdated.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool that movies and culture are starting to kind of seep into that.
I like it was Black Panther too. Like what
what a cool statement,
Right.
You know what I
Good
mean?
statement makes so. I don't know.
Seriously.
The movie itself obviously was very good and everything that came with it.
That's
Nothing
pretty
good.
Didn't we
newsworthy.
say in one episode it was going to be kind of sad if it takes the movie Black Panther to end all racism or sexism?
Yeah, it would be sad, but
you know, and that's the crazy
Hey.
thing is
But
it
then
did.
it's coming true for some
it's
reason.
slowly coming true.
It made a dent.
So
Excuse me. I mean, the women in it are super powerful and African American, and the men in it are African American.
I absolutely have no problem with that.
No, I think it's
just
awesome.
the fact I find it sad that
it
that's
took a
what's doing
movie,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Martin
that's-
Luther King Jr.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but
Yeah.
that's our culture. We listen more to celebrities and shit than we do, you know, actual humanitarians and historians and shit.
Yup.
You know, and people with Nobel prizes. You know, most people can't even name them, including me. But I could tell you 35 actors, and I could tell you why I idolize 5 of them.
And what movies they've been in.
Yeah, I felt like that's just the culture. I guess whatever excites change is good. I
Yeah.
guess it is sad, but at least it did something positive.
So that brings us to Ready Player One.
Yes.
Should we start there, or do you want to go to video game stuff first?
Did you
Did I what?
hear about the movie The Meg?
No.
No.
I don't even know what that is.
It's with Jason Statham.
No.
Directly to DVD.
Yeah, that doesn't.
It's where he fights a 75-foot megalodon shark.
Directly.
He's trapped.
Jason.
He's trying to save people who's trapped in a submarine.
Oh,
so
Jason.
He has to fight a 75-foot
Jason
megalodon.
Statham?
Oh, Jason!
Dude, he's so talented.
Jason, why?
What is he doing?
Directly to VHS.
To prepare for the movie, he swam with real sharks. Like 20 to 30 foot sharks.
Of course,
you know, swimming with 30-foot real sharks means you can.
Directly to YouTube near you.
Before we, I guess while we're on Statham, real quick, the only other thing I have for movies other than Player One is The Rock is probably not going to reprise his role for Fast 9.
Yep.
He's only going to focus on his spinoff, which is kind of funny to me because I wonder if that has.
Focus on the spinoff with him and
Well, I think he's in Fast 9, but I heard that him and Vin Diesel shot separately.
Yeah, I don't. Well,
they beef hard.
Well, Vin Diesel beefed with him because Vin Diesel thinks it's his franchise. Except The Rock,
he came in and
I get it. Vin Diesel used to be like the big badass, but you can't be the big badass when you're an out of shape, a dad bod Italian who's smaller than The Rock and less imposing. I get it. They're alpha males, but I think it's dumb for Vin Diesel to put his franchise at risk because you know how much money I'm sure he makes. I would sit there and rub The Rock's feet if I were any of them.
I'd suck his nipples.
Seriously, the paycheck they're getting is millions, and they can thank The Rock because it was going to end at 4.
Yeah,
it was bad, and then 5, The Rock was like, "I'll do it," and then 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at all the numbers.
Look at 4.
Up.
Look at 4.
4 was bad.
4 is.
4. Most people can't even remember
it's
it.
one where Letty dies.
Letty dies, and then they go like Brian's an FBI agent, and then they
still an FBI agent somehow,
even though he's a complete piece of shit cop.
Piece of shit.
He beats the fuck out of his partner, and then they join he gets in with the crew and goes.
And that's the one where there's a secret passageway
underneath Mexico, and they're going like 80 miles an hour in like.
Yeah, it's super dumb. But yeah, if I were them,
and that's saying a lot considering we just watched Fast 8, where flames literally were covered up by cars.
Yeah, no, Fast 8 was bad, but it was better than the other ones.
Oh yeah, no.
But yeah, I think it's funny that all the beefs. I'm sure The Rock's like, you know what, fuck this. I don't.
He doesn't need it.
No,
he doesn't.
I'm kind of excited for the spinoff with him and Statham.
I think it'll be better than the Fast ones.
Oh yeah, it will.
I think it'll be more grounded, and you get to see that dynamic. I think we've seen all the chemistry between the rest of them.
The new Expendables.
Let's hope not.
Fast.
I'm telling you, if The Rock leaves, they're gonna replace him with like Stallone or some shit.
Yeah, that'll be rough.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
It'll be Dolphin Lundgren.
No, it'll be Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh my God.
He's dead. You can't use him for Expendables.
What?
No, he's not.
I'm not talking Expendables.
Oh, we're talking Fast.
Oh, dude, he was the weirdest Expendable character ever, by the way. Yeah, like the weird goat tattoo.
I feel not talk about.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, we shouldn't. So, do we want to go into video game stuff or go right into Ready Player One?
Well, I got to do the 2 quick reviews for Far Cry.
All right, yeah. So let's do video games then.
Okay.
And then we'll come back to movies. So
that works for me.
I only have a few things, and we can jump into Far Cry because I actually wrote down Far Cry for you to jump into.
Perfect.
Spyro Remastered has been confirmed for September 4th for Xbox and PS4.
What is it?
Spyro Remastered
that's
for
right.
Xbox and PS4.
I'll probably get it.
Yeah, I'll get it too. That'll be a nice walk down memory lane.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3.
Those are the old school games where you had like really simple tasks, like collect the most shit.
Yeah, but it was hard though.
It was hard.
It was hard as shit.
It's hard shit.
But it's
save it every 5 seconds.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's true. Yeah.
I like Spyro though. That's what I used to.
Spyro was awesome.
Spyro was a good game. So I'm interested to see how much they're going to remaster it. Obviously, visually they'll remaster it, but like the saving thing. Like, I'm wondering if they'll do something like that, you know what I mean? Because that's part of my problem when they do remastered games, is not do they, remaster it visually. They go in there and change little details that made the game what it was.
Yeah. So. Sometimes you got to keep it shitty to keep what we loved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that.
The other 2 things I have were League of Legends. This is really weird, and I actually we'll jump back to it, League of Legends thing, but, SNESs, there's a few that have been restocked at Walmart and Best Buy, so check your local listings.
Yeah, they slowly come in like pairs of 2.
Yep, and there was another wave, so check it out. Check it out. Alright, so League of Legends that brings us to. So, just like any video game, what happens in League of Legends when you can get a new skin for a character? It's a female.
Everyone buys it.
It is just
Scandalous. Titillating. Thank you.
Slutty?
Slutty.
Okay.
Well, it took fucking what? League of Legends is...
It's been out for a long time.
6 years?
You guys used to play the shit out of it.
Yeah, 6 years now?
Well, him, Ty, and...
Yeah. So it's been out like 6 years, and it took them now to say that one of the characters was overly sexualized.
Okay.
Because she's from the Void, so she's not supposed to look sexy. Apparently.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I think they need to look at a lot of games then.
I was thinking the same thing, like, just now, it's literally taking you this long.
Well, any fighting game, like, especially if it's Japanese, they're ridiculous.
There is literally a girl that turns into a cat that wears nothing but a bra and, like, mesh on her, like, hips.
I mean, I guess it's biased, but that doesn't offend me. Like, I consider myself somewhat of a feminist. I don't think that being overly sexual is like demonizing.
No, it's not. But like, why cry out now? Is my thing.
Yeah, I think they missed the boat. I don't think they can change it and be like, see, we care. Like, you didn't for a long time, and then someone probably signed a petition, 5,000 signatures, and we're like, why is this? And then they're like, no, this is our fault.
I just don't fucking get it. I just don't. You literally have a skin tight Spider Woman. Skin tight.
I mean, I don't know. That's always so tricky because, you know, if you don't want to play it, if you don't want to see it, then just don't play that character.
Just people are too touchy-feely nowadays.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's just the world we live in. You have to watch what you say and do and display.
It's complete shit.
Complete shit.
Complete.
So now that brings us to PUBG, the new map.
PUBG.
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 I'm not playing PUBG.
PUBG.
Gotcha. New map. So, maps. I saw one.
I'm hearing about two.
I think PC, right?
Yeah,
or
it's still
console.
PC.
No, there's the Savage one we were talking about, and then there's the Desert one we were talking about.
Savage one. You want to talk
Savage
about?
is a smaller
4x4. Yep.
Yeah, smaller map with still the same 100 amount of people, except you're always going to be surrounded by people. It's just instant fighting. It's going to be quicker and faster.
Yep.
I guess that's cool.
So it's like
there
a quick
was
game.
also an event. I don't know if it's still going on or not. Or shotguns and melee only.
I think that was just PC though.
Yeah.
Once again.
Because console doesn't have that. Whoever's running the console part of PUBG is
We're
horrible.
gonna bitch about this every week until
every
they
week.
fix it.
Seriously, it's horrible.
I literally just got a message from Xbox this Monday saying, "Hey, you got your jacket."
Me too.
I'm like, what? I'm not even on it.
It's super delayed.
Thanks, guys. It's what, a month late?
Yeah. Yeah, no, whoever runs the console division, it's clear that they made their money and they don't give a fuck. Which, I wish they would just come out and say it. Just come out and say it.
Say it and don't keep titillating us with PUBG shit.
But PC, they come out like all these new maps and these new modes and these new special shit. Like, they do so much love there.
It's the one guy in the group that no one really likes, so they pushed him out. Like, you're gonna do console,
and
but he's trying so hard to get into the PC group.
Yeah,
look what I can do, guys!
It's so frustrating as a console person.
I gave them their jackets, guys.
Yeah, that was his big move. Like, guess what I did? We gave them jackets, and they're like, "All right, here's your cookie. Go back.
Here's a cookie.
Try
Go back
again."
into the corner.
You can sit here for 5 minutes and then you're gone.
Yeah,
you can hear what we're doing.
Yeah, that's right. Put your ear against the wall.
You can take this cup, sit it against the door.
Can you imagine? I can hear them.
I'm a part of this.
I'm part of the team.
Yeah, until they fucking update it. Or
you can slip no ideas under the door, but you can't walk in.
I think the part that makes me mad as a console fan is I've had it long enough that I know how easy it is to add DLC because I've seen them do it on way bigger games.
Like Skyrim. Remember, they shot that shit out pretty good.
They added an entire 15 gig mods that changes the world into Candyland. I can download that right now and apply it to my Skyrim game.
It takes no more than 5 minutes.
What was the Far Cry where they literally made the whole new game? It was like the retro style one.
Oh yeah, they reverted it back to the 90s and shit.
Wasn't it Far Cry?
I think it was 3.
3, yeah, that's
because it was
one.
an island one. But yeah, they can do that shit, which they're modders. They're not even people getting paid to do it most of the time.
Well, that one there was.
Well, that one, yeah. But these modders, especially for Skyrim, they can do all this shit, not get paid for it. They eventually
make macho claws.
Yeah,
yes,
macho claws.
I don't know.
Horse vaginas.
They can,
Detailed horse vaginas.
Racist crabs.
That's PC, mind you, but yeah.
What? What?
Yeah.
The crabs, they make
The crab's
come
racist.
to life and you can't kill it. and
They're just racist as fuck.
they just edit their voice into
Yeah.
the tab,
And they just say racist things?
Yeah.
That is so funny but horrible.
This is the world we live in, man. Racist crabs in
I
Skyrim.
think there's a mod in there that just plays the John Cena thing every time.
Yep.
Like they switched it to wrestling moves instead of like punching people. You're pile driving them and doing all.
I know they did that in GTA where you could run around. Yeah, you can run around as like Brock Lesnar, and every time you hit someone, it's oh my god, he's dead. He killed him.
The other one that gets me too is when they do remastering. Well, not remastering, re-graphicking older games.
Yeah.
Like when they did it for Morrowind, they made it with Skyrim graphics. Yep. Which, like, if you've seen Morrowind, whew,
yeah, that's a hell of a
That's
upgrade.
old Xbox.
They could do all this, and yet PUBG, nothing.
PUBG's just like...
We get fucking jackets.
A month late.
The jacket with what, a 5 on it, I think?
It's a green jacket with a 5, like the most uncreative.
It's a black jacket with a green 5.
It's an old school football jacket.
Not to mention...
A month late. I would like to point that out. A month late.
If you're console PUBG guy, I just understand that we're being cheated on by PC.
Like bad.
We are the side chick that he only calls when he's drunk. Like that is what console is.
Not even. It's like you're on your deathbed. Yo,
what
give me
up,
a BJ.
What up, lady? That's exactly what we are. We are the deathbed blowjob group. That's what we are. No good. No good.
No good. All right, that's all I got for video game news since the Far Cry, which we can jump into a little bit.
All right. Yeah. So it'll be spoiler free because I did beat it. There's 3 endings.
Did you get all 3?
Yeah,
okay.
I did all 3 endings. Just because Far Cry, it's no secret. Far Cry for the last 3 games has put always in the beginning of the game. If you don't do whatever your task is, you beat the game technically by not doing the task.
Yep.
So, like, this isn't a spoiler, but if you stand there and you don't arrest Father, which
I guess
is
it's kind of spoily.
Kind of, yeah, but everyone should know it because it gives you the option. If you stand there...
Far Cry Primal, because that was one of the past 3.
Well, I guess Primal's excluded because that was a different... It was a subdivision that did that. So Far Cry...
the main Far Cry.
Far Cry 5, 4, and 3. All 3 of those had them. But if you don't arrest them, yeah, it'll say, like, fine, let's go, and you just leave, and that's the end of the game. So it's not eventful, but... And then the other 2 endings, I'm not going to spoil, but they're different. They're one of the coolest endings I've ever seen. But overall gameplay, like if I was just ranking the gameplay, I would say like 8 or 9 out of 10.
Okay.
I will say you die super easy in this game. Until you rank your health up, you die in like very quickly. But that's not a bad thing. Gameplay is really cool. The environment... Graphics are really good.
Pretty.
The environment's really cool. It's all, you can do whatever. The fishing's cool. I love the fishing.
They gotcha.
Yeah. The fishing is cool. I don't know why. The hunting's cool. The storyline is amazing. I'd say it's one of the best storylines I've played in years. Like, it's so good because it's modernized. Like, it's like backwoods redneck. That's the scenario. You're in Montana. But it's all about religion. So it's a real thing. Like,
right, it's the religious cult.
Yeah. So, and it's super cool because there's
religion?
It's Christianity mainly. Yeah.
It's kind of Westboro Baptist.
Exactly. Yep, Westboro Baptist. But it's really interesting. Like, it's not that that's what's cool about it is you don't know if you're wrong, I guess, if that makes sense. If you're a religious person, I'm not, but if you were, maybe what they're saying makes sense. It's not black and white like the old games.
More gray.
Yeah, like it's a gray game. So, and the choices matter, which I really liked.
Well, Far Cry's always been good at that, though, where choices matter for the most part.
I loved it. Storyline, 10 out of 10 for me.
Other than 3.
It's not often I beat a game and I'm like, okay, that was really cool. But the ending, it was just cool. I liked it. Gameplay, like I said, like 8 or 9 out of 10. Graphics, I would say 9 out of 10. They're not like Fallout 4, but they're pretty damn good. What else would there be? I guess those are 3 main things. Yeah, I would say overall like 8 or 9 out of 10, somewhere in the middle.
So top of the pack.
Yeah, it's really good. I think it might be the best game, easily the best game of 2018 so far. In my opinion,
Well, a fourth of the way into the year. Well, actually more than that now.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, a third of the way in.
I liked it a lot. I recommend anyone, even if you haven't played other Far Cry's, it's good.
I haven't played any Far Cry's so far.
Yeah, it's good, man.
The only one I've played is Far Cry Primal.
It's much better than Primal. It's different than Primal, I should say. It's got like a Skyrim feel, but guns, and You have options with the bow and arrow.
You should play 4 though.
4 is really good. 4 is great.
Is that the Yeti one?
Yeah, where you're in the Appalachian Mountains.
Alps or whatever.
Yeah, Alps.
Is it the Alps? I can't remember.
It's the Alps.
Okay.
But I loved it. I thought it was cool. There's a lot of good. It's so modern. Like there's jokes in it all the time. Like you get a bear named Cheeseburger. And like you,
oh my god!
At one point, the guy over the mic's like, "Don't feed him cheeseburgers," or he has diabetes. Like he says it just like that. It's like that is so funny. Like there's Always Sunny references. There's Simpsons references. There's Family. There's so many references because it's modernized. It's right now.
How much do you get paid for that?
I don't think it's Easter eggs. It's almost like free advertising.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like reference to it, but they don't have to pay him. That's what's cool is if you know it, you're like, oh, I get it. That's a funny joke.
It's kind of like in Deadpool, the first one, when oh god, I can't remember Hydra Bob.
Yeah, yep.
They called him Bob. They called him Bob, but because it was owned by Fox, the DC thing, they couldn't use Marvel. They couldn't use Hydra because it was under DC or under Disney. So they said Bob. So people are like, oh, Hydra Bob. That makes sense.
They do it in a way where it's really cool. And the missions are a lot of fun. And it's a long game. It took me like 25 hours to beat.
Okay, that's a good campaign.
I mean, and I'm still not done. Like, I still have side missions and shit. I would say if anyone wants to try something that really cares about the storyline, and there's co-op and shit, which is cool. And they have arcade mode, which is basically just you go in there and fuck everything up, which is really cool. But the co-op is awesome, but the storyline, like I said, it's amazing. Like, even if you're religious, if you're not religious, it's so cool to be put in that scenario where you're like, I don't know. Like, I thought it was really cool. Maybe it's because I'm not huge religion, but
yeah, we'll see what happens.
I walked away from it going like, that was interesting. Like, I don't know if I did the right thing or the wrong thing.
Well, the reviews I've seen of it say it's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, you're obviously on the right track, I
liked it.
Right.
I would recommend it to anyone. I think anyone would pick it up, and I don't know how you'd have a bad time with it. I don't. I can't.
I feel like most Far Cry games are like that, other than 3 where they killed the villain halfway, which was weird.
3, yeah. Voss. Voss was one of the greatest villains of all time.
Halfway in.
And they killed him. But he was great. He was the one who kept saying, do you know what insane?
The insane
definition
guy.
Of insane. He was one of the best antagonists ever.
That was so weird.
Very weird.
I don't get why they just have like a mini villain.
Far Cry 3 was one of the weirdest games because at the end you die, like, I guess spoiler, but if Far Cry 3, like, you die mid-sex. That's crazy. That's a crazy way to end a game. But that's what Far Cry does. They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah. So I recommend it. I really do.
Alright, anything else for video game news?
Just one more. Okay, A Way Out. I bought that.
Oh, yes.
And I got to play a couple levels with my buddy. And shout out to Lord. I played a couple levels with him. It is 100% co-op. If you do not talk to your partner the entire way, you can't beat the game. You can't even get through the first part. Like, there's a part where you have to get through a door. You can't get through the door unless you time it with your partner. It's so different. And it's split screen the entire time. And when your buddy talks...
You can see your partner.
Yeah. But like, if you're not on headset, it's impossible to time. Like,
I've watched gameplay from beginning to end.
It's really cool. I haven't beat it or anything like that, but the
ending is crazy.
Do not tell me the ending, of course.
I didn't. I just said it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's a 100% storyline. Like, it's co-op, but if you're not in it for storyline, you're not gonna. There's a little shooting, but most of it's like
story-based game.
Yeah.
Puzzle, I think.
Yeah, you got to be patient. It's like the old school games, like you used to like the Silent Hills and shit.
Oh,
it's almost like that
that's good.
Because it's puzzles
Hill.
So it's basically like co-op puzzle strategy. It's pretty cool. I would say that's like an 8 or...
So it's a puzzle game, more or less.
Yeah, for a game that's an independent game, I'd say like 7 or 8 out of 10. It's really good.
That's good.
And I think it's going to change the genre. Because I've never played a co-op like that.
Don't think so?
Ever. No, I've never...
Not him. Don't think so?
Co-op game?
No, you're like shaking your head over there.
I'm just laughing at the ending.
Oh my god.
Just go.
That no ending. I can't
I
get.
didn't say it. I'm just trying to picture everybody's reaction.
Great.
I'm excited about when I finish it because you get invested in these two people, and it's cool because like
they give a lot of backstory.
Yeah,
that's good.
And like it's really interesting.
Just makes me think Heavy right now.
Yeah, no, it's kind of everything you say. I don't know if it changes the result because I've only played a couple levels.
I think it does, honestly.
But like you approach people and it'll be like, "Hey, what's up, guy?" And you could answer. I'm always Leo. He's the douchebag. I'm always Leo, and I'm always like, "Well, fuck you." And then he's like, "Oh, you want to go?" And then you just get in a random fight or whatever. but it changes the game, so it's cool. I'd say like 7 out of 10 in like overall game, and for an independent game, I'd say like 9 out of 10.
A lot of independent, like we said before, a lot of independents they're doing good.
The guy who did it was like, what's cool is if you buy one copy, your other buddy can play it for free.
Yep.
Like anyone can play it co-op free with you.
That was what I remember reading that, and I was like, that's
it's only cool. $30. I paid the same amount I did for fucking PUBG. And
it's not a beta. It's not a beta.
It's a full game.
And you're not getting console screwed.
But yeah, I recommend those 2 games. Only play a way out if you have like a partner that's going to play with you, because if you don't have, you're fucked.
Yeah. Speaking of partner,
you're fucked.
Sea of Thieves, have you tried it yet?
Yeah, I tried a bit of it. It's different.
Another partner.
I was told not to play it.
It's different. It's almost like a cheap version of WoW, where a more cartoony, cheap version of WoW.
It's like Fortnite to PUBG.
Kind of, yeah. Actually, that's pretty good. But you have to grind a lot to get like
I've heard that.
Multiple quests. They're the same type things. It's like a bootleg Destiny. That's what someone called it.
I mean, I can see that. From what I was reading, a lot of people are complaining that once either A, you hit max level and there's nothing to do, or B, you're grinding, trying to get to max level, and a max level dude comes in and literally just shits on your day.
Yeah. But I played a little bit of it. It just wasn't my fancy. It wasn't Tim's either. Tim was one that he played it longer than I did. And Tim usually has a horrible taste in games, and he wasn't a huge fan. So
makes sense.
I think it's more for kids.
More
I don't
kid
know.
Style game.
He plays weird games. He's just now getting the Shadow Award.
Yeah, he's had it for a year.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a great game.
All right, so that ends video games?
Yeah, and that's actually, that's pretty much.
All right, so do we want to jump back to Ready Player One or jump into miscellaneous stuff?
We'll do miscellaneous. We'll end on Player One.
All right. Sounds good. Should we start with the big bullet and miscellaneous first, or go to the big bullet and then end on it? All right. All right, so first things first then. Did you guys see the terrifying White House bunny? I have to ask.
I did not.
It is
a lot of terrifying bunnies.
horrifying.
Horrifying.
It's horrifying looking. Look up a picture. Get a picture. It is terrifying. So, in case people don't know, this is not political in the slightest. It's just quick, long, or TLDR, which stands for too long, didn't read, in case you're not internet savvy.
That's right.
So, more or less every year the White House does a Easter, like, egg hunt thing. This year, I don't know if they did this in the past years. I wasn't paying attention, but definitely made headlines from when I was looking this year. They had the bunny, but it looked like the bunny out of Five Nights at Freddy's. That's how it looked, terrifying as shit.
It was creepy.
It was super creepy. So you got the president standing, you got the first lady, and then you got the fucking bunny in the background, dude. And it looks like he's ready to harvest children's souls.
That is creepy.
Look at that!
Not as creepy as that one.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
that's
that was
1900s though.
creepy.
Oh, now we got an ad playing.
Oh.
Man, come on.
I gotta put my glasses
That's
on.
different though. We were weird in the 1900s,
Dude,
the
those
early
ones
1900s.
fucking-
Did you know we used to take pictures with dead people, like in corpses? Like they would like put the corpses up and stuff, and
That's creepy.
that was like a pastime back in like the 1800s. But yeah, you saw the picture of that bunny.
I didn't catch it, so
Damn
we'll
it!
put it back up.
Get it back up real quick, Tom.
But I have no doubt that I just think it's weird that they do the Easter Bunny thing, because isn't that?
We're not
my
looking up weird bunnies. That's probably a dead body.
It probably is.
I literally just typed in creepy White House bunny.
Isn't
This is everything that's coming up.
I thought the Easter Bunny was associated with religion.
It
Is it,
kind
or is
of
it not?
isn't.
No.
Easter is associated with religion.
So
Easter is
look at
related.
that thing.
Oh my god, yeah, that's terrifying.
So Easter is associated with religion in terms of Passover.
But the
and
Easter Bunny is like a
Easter Bunny
separate.
is
That's more
just
like a pagan,
commercialized holiday.
commercialized thing.
Pretty
Yeah,
much all the holidays are just
yeah, like Saint Nick.
Like, you know
commercialized.
how they
governmental,
say that
commercialized.
Christmas is Jesus' birthday?
Yeah.
Not.
That's not.
He was actually born in
Yeah,
the summer.
I just learned that.
Yeah, well,
Like,
Easter's supposed to be his
The day,
rebirth.
the day he
His
rose.
rebirth.
from
Yeah,
the
we
where he
think it's
rises
around
again.
then. I mean, all of it's based off of Roman stuff that they kind of grouped together. Multiple. That's why Christmas.
They
So
haven't proved anything wrong out of the Bible yet, though.
yeah. Well, Christmas is more or less. So there was a pagan holiday around Christmas, and Christianity was starting to up and coming. Instead of fighting against it, Romans were like, fuck it, we'll just give them that pagan day. So they tried to lump all the stuff into one,
Christmas is
so they didn't
more
have
religion
like
pagan
holidays
than it
spread
does
throughout the year.
That
Makes sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
They tried to lump it all together. That's what the Romans
It's
tried
got
to do.
more roots in paganism than it does in
Yeah.
Christianity.
Gotcha.
But The fucking body's creepy. We agree on that? Yeah. That's all I wanted to bring up. Okay.
I would not be a fan of that body.
No, that thing's... If I was a child looking for eggs, I would run the other way.
I innately am scared of Easter bunnies. If I didn't have to work with one every year, then I would be still terrified.
My only question is, I wonder if Sean Spicer was in it.
Who's in the bunny.
He wasn't.
Yeah, it helps when you know.
That doesn't help either. All right, so then moving on, we have a... Oh, this one made me laugh. So we have a Kansas man who was charged with stealing clothes from his exes. But here's what makes it interesting. He hid in the attic, in the floorboards of the attic, and then fell through. Now, that's just weird on its own, right? But this is the second time he's been arrested for doing the same exact thing. Falling through the roof, trying to steal clothes from someone's house.
At this point, just go to Old Navy.
He's trying to steal his own clothes, right?
Yes. He's trying to steal his clothes back.
Why wouldn't the extras give him back his clothes?
Yo, man, breakups are tough, man.
I just love that so much. Go to Goodwill or some shit,
Anything.
Yeah.
You're literally doing more effort climbing into your ex's house, going into the attic, waiting there for, quote, hours, and then falling through the floorboard. That's just unnecessary time and pain.
You said this is the second time?
Second time.
Could you imagine when he hit the floor?
You literally have to try and hide in between the cracks.
It's
There's
probably
no way.
It's a Kansas house, dude. Those are houses.
I bet. Remember Connor and Cooper's house? You could fall through.
Yep, you could fall through
because they didn't ever put a
the older
floor.
house, right?
Yeah.
That's how it is. You got the rafters.
Yeah.
These things going across. If you literally just lay down, you ain't falling through those damn things. If you lay in the crack there, you're gonna fall down.
That's probably what he was doing, though.
Yeah, he probably was a dumbass.
You gotta think about it. He's been there for hours. I think it said upward of 2 hours. He probably got tired of leaning like that, so he was probably like, oh, fuck
All you
it.
gotta do is sit down.
I just feel like
dude's an idiot. He's getting arrested for stealing clothes.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying,
be smart.
There's better ways you can go about it.
I just don't. I love the idea of him hitting the floor the second time and going, "You've got to be fucking kidding!" Right? If it happens one time,
see him saying that. I would see the girlfriend going, "You got to be fucking kidding me."
Well, but the second time, it's like, you know what? You can.
There's still a hole from the last time you were
Are you fucking kidding me?
He fell through the same hole.
Oh, they just repaired it. Can you imagine that?
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
It's the same exact spot. He just doesn't learn.
No, he didn't even repair it. He just fell through the hole.
At this point, just booby trap your house. Hope he tries again.
Speaking of booby traps,
Get the steel roofing so he can't get through it.
Oh my god, the segue's strong. So, this poor little squirrel got trapped in a trap, and he lost his front legs.
Oh, I heard about this.
So, what they did instead, his name's Caramel, Karamel. They gave him wheels.
They gave him wheels?
They gave him wheels on the front. Now, there's two reasons the story is interesting.
This was in Russia.
It was in Turkey.
It was in Turkey, yes.
But guess what the city or town is called in Turkey? I think it's a city, actually.
Squirrel?
Batman.
Batman
Turkey.
Batman?
Yep.
That's
it's
pretty
either
cool.
a city or part of a town. I don't know. But they gave the squirrel fucking, wheel for legs. Dude, it's amazing.
How does he climb trees and shit?
It doesn't. It's like a pet. No, it has to be, right?
Yeah, there's no way.
Because you can't let that thing in the wild. It's free hawk food.
Yeah, I would fuck that thing up if I was a hawk.
Yeah, right?
Well, of course, yeah, those wheels probably. I wonder how heavy they are, because if it's turkey, it's probably not
mini. No, they're mini little fucking adorable
I bet they pulled it off of
They pulled it off Hot Wheels.
Honestly, it looks like they did. It honestly looks like they did.
Remember when we were kids, the soapbox cars that would go down the thing? I bet someone just popped that off and was like, all right, come here. Was it Caramel?
Caramel,
Put it on there.
Dude, it's adorable. I would highly recommend looking it up because it's actually so cute.
Cute story of the week.
It's cute as hell. So now that brings us to the really bizarre shit. First things first, we'll start with the least bizarre thing. How much do you know about space?
Only what Stephen Hawking told me.
It's terrifying, first off. Second, if you actually look up... you ever wonder why astronauts just don't stay in space?
I think it doesn't... It, fucks with you, your body.
Because gravity on Earth is pulling you down and keeping... That is so fucking cute. I can't get over
it. Oh, that's so cute. It's Caramel.
Yeah, because it got to keep the wheels on.
Yeah, it's a straitjacket wheel thing.
Dude, it looks like torture for the squirrel.
It's better than fucking just flopping down a weeble wobble.
Can't they stand on their hind legs?
They can, but not for...
Move.
Walk.
Dude, that's like a cat walking up.
It turns into a penguin.
There's dogs that walk on 2 legs.
I know, but it's a lot of work. You ever I get exhausted watching little Scrappy run up down the stairs with no front legs.
Right.
I'm just pick it up.
They're 4-legged animals.
Yeah.
When you miss one, it's like us losing a leg.
You can adjust, but it's not gonna be fucking fun.
Give those fiberglass speedrunners.
Oh my fucking god. So.
Can you imagine that?
Moving on. Fuck you, Patrick.
Super fast squirrel.
Super fast. It's like
It still wouldn't be able to climb the tree.
What was that movie with the super fast snail?
It's just set your house up like Hot Wheels.
Turbo. It would be like Turbo, but for squirrels.
That would be awesome. That would be incredible. I love that idea.
What was
So.
it called?
It was Turbo. The movie was Turbo.
No. What would the squirrel be called?
Oh, it'd be like Nutsy or something.
Bolt. No, they already got Bolt.
You already got Bolt.
Butters? I don't know.
What?
I'm trying to think something that they use the discs, the fiberglass bendy thing.
What? Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
This is going to be our next piece of news when we get to it.
All right,
All
well,
right,
I'll jump
okay.
into this real quick then.
All right.
2 things before I get into the big one. One, the reason we don't, leave astronauts in space because gravity holds us down and keeps everything in place. When you're out in space for too long, all that shit starts to drift around.
Yeah.
Fucks your body up. So, of course, these people want to make a a space hotel with a space station. So, I don't know. That seems dumb to me.
Money well spent. No,
Artificial gravity?
No. Literally a space station that goes around.
Wouldn't they have artificial gravity?
We are not
inside the
close to
building?
artificial gravity yet, according to NASA.
Sure?
Yeah,
They're working on it, but we're not there yet.
Yeah, they can't just. It's not the movies yet.
Yeah, now we're not in movies yet.
I wasn't sure.
Now guess if we had artificial gravity. Oh my god, we'd have a lot of problems solved by now. So now here's the thing. Guess how much it is a night, or how much it is to stay there?
It's got to be like 500,000 a night.
More?
It's probably like 10 million, 10 billion a night.
It's a million.
Not billion.
It's 5.6 million. I don't know if it's a night. That was like the estimated.
Because I'm sure you have to pay for the rocket.
Travel there.
Back.
And it's not like any Joe Schmo can go up into space. That shit takes a toll. You have to go against all the G's of Earth's gravity.
Yeah, don't they do training for years?
Yes.
Yup.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely outrageous. That's going to be the start. They're going to make a fucking movie out of it. It's going to be called like Space Hotel.
They did.
TV
It's
show.
called Astronaut Farmer with
Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, what is wrong with people?
So that's really dumb.
Space potatoes like they did in the...
The Martian.
Yeah, the Martian.
It's a great movie.
It's a really good movie.
I like that movie.
I was surprised. I was not expecting
Same.
that kind of movie when I watched it.
Yeah, it's amazing that it
I think you
speaks
saw what I saw.
to Matt Damon that he was only him and he made a funny movie.
Yeah.
Like, he was actually funny.
Yeah,
like,
I was expecting like an action thing. It was not that at all.
I mean, it has like a little bit of suspense, but like it's still.
I like how well he handled it.
Oh,
like,
he handled it.
I
Like
would have been like, "Fucking kill me."
I would have like jumped out of the airlock and be like, "It's over."
I swear he died at the beginning. I thought.
Oh, yeah.
And then he comes back.
Maybe he
You
did.
thought they killed off the main character.
Well, I didn't know what I was watching until because I just knew we were watching Martian. And
okay.
The guy gets stabbed. I'm like, okay, so it's not the main guy. He's probably on the ship.
Dude,
Gotcha.
can you imagine that
see it.
plot twist?
Oh.
Like you build it up. Matt Damon's on the poster. Boom, 5 minutes in, dead.
There's a movie that did that, and
His best friend.
I can't remember what movie it was, but I went to go see it specifically for this character. I can't remember.
I don't know what you're talking about. There is a Netflix movie with Sean Bean who dies. Surprise, right? Spoiler. And he dies like halfway in the movie.
Yeah, there's movies that do that where it's like featuring this person, and then they show up and they kill him like instantly. And I'm like, what the fuck? I can't think of the movie. Huh?
Yeah, it is a selling point.
Yeah.
It's just weird though, especially when you advertise them. They're on the poster.
The Orient Express, that movie.
Yeah.
That's what they do it. Spoiler alert: Johnny Depp dies.
Like that?
Immediately.
He's like a main character in all the movies.
He is the main character, and they kill him off
So
within
he's the murdered person.
Yeah.
But he was a gangster.
Yeah, it's not.
There's probably a lot of flashbacks.
Yeah, well, no.
There isn't
not.
in that movie.
It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them talking. It's like a game of Clue.
It's Clue, yeah.
But it's not.
It's
Clue
nearly on a train.
They should not have advertised Johnny Depp.
Yeah, because like they made it seem like he was like going to be one of like the main suspect. No, he's the murderee, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Ah, shit.
Yep. That's what I thought too.
Well, it's kind of like Colin Farrell in the spoiler, I guess. Colin Farrell in the first Fantastic Beasts. He's in the whole fucking movie, and then boom, it's not actually Colin Farrell's villain. It's actually Johnny Depp in disguise as Colin Farrell.
That's right. And then now he's in the second one. Because, we just saw that.
So weird. That was weird. That was a weird twist.
Very weird.
So, that brings us to the last two things. One, Tide Pods are done. We're done with that thing.
You know
now
what
we're
else
into
is up?
condom snorting.
Condoms.
Snorting fucking condoms. Are you kidding me?
You know how, like, it fucks you up? I guess people are dying and shit.
No shit.
Because it gets caught.
Yeah. No shit.
And that shit's tough. Condoms are tough, dude.
Yeah, man, they take a
They take a beating.
They take a beating.
They do. I saw
They
one.
take a load.
They do. Dude, it was so gross the first one I saw. I was like, it was a chick that did it, and I'm like, I just can't even imagine being like,
Why?
Like, could you imagine if we were all hanging out, even when we were like 16?
What makes you think that would work?
Well, it kind of works.
Your...
Yeah, like we see people do it with noodles and shit. But with noodles, it's not that big of a risk.
Tooth floss.
Yeah,
tooth floss. It's when it's edible shit, you're okay. When you get a fucking condom through and you like and go in,
plastic that won't break,
and that shit's stuck in your esophagus. Yeah. Oh, dude, that's making a bubble.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. And they suffocate and shit.
So all I'm saying is survival of the fittest. Like if you're dumb enough to snort a condom, you're dumb enough to die.
I agree 100%.
I don't care.
Maybe that's
come
savage,
at me, YouTube.
But we can't.
It's the whole Tide Pod thing all over again, dude.
Yeah.
Why would you eat a Tide Pod?
What are we gonna do? Put locks on condoms now?
I'm sure we're down the road from that. They should anyway.
If I have to go over counter to buy a condom, I'm gonna be pissed.
I agree. I'm pissed. I already hate doing it. I hate
buying condoms.
Oh, it's the worst thing in the world.
Especially when you go to the cashier and it's like this chick's like, God.
And she's giving you the judgment eyes, like you're.
I have never wanted
to. Your buddy when you're buying condoms.
And no matter what size you get, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
They will judge you for the opposite. If you are a Magnum, she's gonna judge you and be like, "Oh, he's a Magnum, sure."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, middle of the pack, bullshit. Tiny dick.
You got the tiny ones? Oh, you must gotta do it.
It's horrible, and you can never buy anything with the condoms. Like,
no,
because
you try to hide them with a magazine or something, doesn't work.
Everything's funny with condoms. It doesn't matter if you're like I bought.
Oh, you're buying Cheetos, condoms,
Cheetos and condoms,
using it as lube.
I remember one time I was buying guinea pig food and condoms, and I didn't even think about it, and I plopped them down, and I'm sitting there, and I got to register, and the guy was like, "Guinea pig condoms, huh? That's an interesting combo." And I'm like, what do you mean? Oh my God, he thinks I'm fucking guinea pig.
The worst one I've ever done was condoms, a 4-pack of Red Bull. wait, and a toy for my cat. Okay, so like the person looked and they're just like,
dude, you can't. If you think of any combo with condoms, it's funny. Like, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Like, if it's aspirin and condoms, or he's doing some fucking like, or if it's like bananas and condoms.
Condoms is like the worst. Like, he's got some rounds to go.
The worst I've seen was condoms, a camera, and children's clothes.
Oh yeah, that's
a bad one. That's a bad one. Yeah. No.
You have to be really careful. I never wanted to steal anything until I had to start buying condoms, and then I started going like, you know what?
Maybe it's worth it.
Now I just make her buy.
Dude, it's the worst.
You go buy them. I'm not gonna be there. Nope.
I hate it.
You're ready to buy the tampons then. That's how it goes, man.
I refuse. Thank God I made it to the point in my life where I refuse to do that. I'm not.
It's 180.
No.
I haven't gotten that
until I have kids, I'm not. That's
the cut off the kids.
And once I have kids, I give up all dignity.
Good point.
But right now, buying condoms, it's like smash and grab. Like I grab them, run to the self-check, scan them as fast as I can, and hope to God it doesn't say you need a system.
Oh my God, can you imagine? What you getting today? Condoms, mac and cheese,
in a box of nerds or something fucking weird. Like it's always like, that's what in my head I'm like. If I buy condoms and something else, then it doesn't seem weird. It always seems weird.
It's always weird.
Reese's Pieces with
condoms, mac and cheese, and Reese's Pieces. You sick.
You get a Nutella with your condoms? Yeah, what the fuck's wrong with you?
God forbid you get condiments.
I know, right? Condiments, it's over at that point.
Yeah, no, it's the worst. That's probably the most stressful point of my life, and I'm almost 27, and it's still stressful.
Yeah. Super stressful.
Let's move on.
All right, so then the last two big things. Was that it, by the way? Condom snorting?
No.
Oh, that wasn't it. All right, then let's shoot yours.
Yeah,
this has to do with.
Oh, it has to do with the last one?
The last one.
Okay.
Okay.
Conor McGregor.
That's what I'm talking about,
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
This is the actual video.
Oh, you got the video?
I got the video.
Oh, him smashing the thing.
Too long didn't read story. You want to fill people in?
Yeah, okay, so basically, yesterday there was a presser. They do a presser for UFC 223. Now, UFC 223 was originally, it was Khabib, a very Russian name, versus Max Holloway. Well, originally it was Tony Ferguson. Tony went down for an injury for the 4th time. It was for the title.
Dude, that dude's done.
Yeah. They stripped Conor McGregor of both his featherweight and his lightweight title because he wasn't around to defend it. Conor wasn't happy about that. Anyway, so they're doing their presser. There's a bus that takes them in New York from the hotel to the presser. Well, when the presser ended, Conor McGregor and like 10 of his friends literally sprinted into the Barclays Center and started picking up road signs, picking up everything they could get a hold of and chucking them everywhere and causing a bunch of ruckus. And then the bus was going to pull out. has all the fighters on it. Conor McGregor sprints up, grabs one of those dollies you use to move furniture, and chucks it with all his force at the big bus window. That bus window implodes, or explodes, whichever one, and it goes into 3 different fighters' faces. One of them gets scarred up pretty bad, the other one has eye issues, and then the third one was pretty fine. But either way, all 3 of those fighters got pulled from the car.
And he beat them up, too, didn't he?
No, he didn't touch him. He never got on the bus. The only damage he did was when he threw the thing. He was arrested today. Well, last night he turned himself in. Yeah, arrested today for 3 counts of assault and 1 felony misdemeanor for something like
aggravated.
No, it was like something like that.
Okay.
But he got arraigned today, so they haven't come out with what happens yet.
I heard there was something too involving one of his friends getting hit.
Well, yeah. What happened was his teammate. His name's like Artov or something. I'm butchering that name, but it's something like that, Artov. Anyway, he was fighting on the card against a different fighter, and Khabib, who's always had beef with Conor, who was fighting in the main event spot, made a video of him going up to Artov and smacking the shit out of him, and he couldn't do anything for whatever reason. Conor saw that video the next day, got all of his people on a plane, flew him from Ireland.
That's what did it too.
Yeah, and he showed up. He wanted a piece of Khabib. And I think he meant to show up before the presser ended, and he was going to do it there. It didn't work out, so as a publicity stunt, I think he just went overboard, and he made a serious fucking mistake. Mm-hmm. Because it's one thing to go and get hoot and holler and all that shit, but because he injured 3 people, not to mention people thought it was a terrorist attack happening on the bus.
Oh, yeah, that's
because they're in New York.
Yeah.
All the civil suits he's going to get hit with, it's going to be nuts. And obviously Dana White, the president of the UFC, wants... Well, he doesn't know what to do. He's disappointed. He's disgusted, but he can't fire him because Conor's his biggest moneymaker.
Yep.
Not to mention, as much bad press as this is, when he comes back to fight, if he fights Khabib, it would be... People would buy it. People would go nuts for it. And that's unfortunately what the UFC is about. So... Instead of being a man and firing Conor like Dana should have, because any other employee would have been instantly fired, he's like saying he's not sorry, this, and that. Either way, it's not even the UFC's problem anymore because Conor's actually, it's legal.
Yeah, no, it's a legal issue now. Yeah, it's jail time potentially.
Yeah, which he's not going to get jail time.
No,
he won't. He's too big of a celebrity. He has too much money, and money gets yourself out of this stuff.
Yeah, money.
And he has no previous marks on his record. If he had previous marks, then maybe, but he'll get hit with like fines, probation,
community
service, that whole 9 yards. He'll have to be clean for 9 months or whatever. But it makes you wonder, all these other guys, especially I think Michael Chiesa is one of the guys who was supposed to fight, got pulled from it because of all the lacerations to his face. They're going to sue the shit out of Conor.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know what Conor was thinking. No one knows if he was on drugs. They don't know. But it was dumb. It made him look... I'm a huge Conor fan, but it made me go, what the fuck are you thinking? Because there's no way... Yeah, they say all press is good press. This
is bad press.
No, he's got all this money now from the Mayweather fight. Well, you're going to give up a large portion of that. Not like half or something, but you got to think...
A good chunk.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's probably going to pay out millions. So, I don't know what his plan was, but...
How long's the video?
It's very quick.
2 minutes. Okay. Yeah, so...
But, I don't know. It's ridiculous. It's all over. It made UFC 223 relevant, though. No one really cared about it. Yeah. And now UFC 223, because of Conor, 3 fights got pulled.
Yeah, because he's injured the dudes.
Yep, 3 fights got... And they took off Conor's partner because he let him in the building.
Right.
Because they had security, but no one's going to tell Conor he can't come in. Especially when his buddy says he can come in. So they fired MacLife, which is Conor McGregor's team. UFC did. Mm-hmm. Conor McGregor is still technically employed. And Artov got pulled. So 3 fights got ruined. And then on top of that, Max Holloway, who was supposed to fight Khabib for the lightweight, pulled out due to a separate incident. He couldn't make weight. And then they replaced him with Anthony Pettis, who was supposed to fight Michael Chiesa, who got hurt. And then Pettis couldn't make weight. So they lost 2 fights in a row. Or 3 fights, technically, counting Tony Ferguson. And then they finally found a 4th fighter. That's, his name's like Al Iaquinta or something. But he's like, he doesn't deserve to be fighting for the title at all. But
so it's pretty much like the JV team.
It's a shit show. UFC 223 is a shit show, and Conor McGregor caused most of it. Unfortunately for UFC, it's like they want to punish this kid, but Conor's probably put more eyes on UFC 223 than anything. But they don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a UFC coming up till I saw this.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit.
So I don't know.
I think the issue, though, too, is here's my opinion on it. Don't get me wrong. You fucked up.
Yeah.
But, like, the simple fact it is, he had 2 belts. Okay, I get stripping 1, but both seems a bit excessive to me.
What?
You have to defend them belts.
I get it.
I get stripping 1. I really do.
Featherweight deserved to be stripped because he's never going to make 145 again.
That makes sense.
He's too big.
Stripping the other one, no. He's been training for the fight with Floyd Mayweather, right?
Yep, he did that in August.
Yeah. So and now what? Floyd Mayweather is going to do UFC now, right?
There's rumors of it.
Yeah.
But regardless, they approved him fighting Mayweather. They said
so they should be aware of the stipulations that he's going to be gone for a little bit.
And he's doing work for the UFC. When he went out and fought Mayweather, he put more eyes on UFC. Period.
Right.
And that's his job as a promoter. But I agree. Lightweight shouldn't have got ripped. I think they took it from him because he's trying to negotiate his contract to get more money because he wants pay-per-view buys every time he fights. Because when Conor fights, he gets this is a ballpark, but he gets 600,000 more pay-per-view buys.
Well, he's the biggest name in that sport at
by
the moment.
far.
He's
by
like
far.
I guess he's like an old-timey, rock for, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
WWE. He's like the, whatchamacallem for NASCAR. I can't remember the guy's name now. He died.
Oh, Dale Earnhardt.
Yep, thank you.
But yeah, he's the guy.
He's like that centerpiece.
And he wants money for it. And Conor had everything in his corner as far as winning the contract negotiations, but he fucked himself with this, in my opinion. I think it was dumb. I think he's going to regret it. I mean, he just had a kid a year ago. I mean, and he's in the paper getting the mugshots. It's just embarrassing. Yeah. Whatever his plan was, which I'm interested in hearing, it didn't work how he thought. I don't think he didn't want to injure anyone. I think it was all a publicity stunt. It just went wrong.
Wrong, yeah.
But now he's got to pay the piper. And they're not going to let him go because Conor could go fight in Ireland every day and make millions upon millions. So it's not a money thing. It's just Conor might have fucked up his legacy with this. Because now he's got no belts. They're stripped. There's nothing he can do about
now
it.
it's completely gone.
And who knows? The Nevada Commission can ban him for up to a year. So there's just so many things. It sucks.
And that's the last thing you want, too, is being banned from fighting for a year. Look at Ronda Rousey. She came back after a year and...
Yeah, that's a lot of time off. It's ring rust.
Yeah.
And Conor doesn't have to fight again, but now I feel like he does. He didn't.
Yeah, he's got to prove something now.
Now he pretty much owes the UFC a free fight, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If he's going to make it cool, he has to come back. And that's what sucks about all the mix-up that happened with 223. If Conor didn't do what he did, he could have been like a superhero, saved that card, fought Khabib on a day's notice. People would have went nuts. He had nothing to win or nothing to lose. And, he ended up spending the night in jail.
Yep.
As a Conor fan, it's really hard to sit back.
It's depressing to see.
It is, because, it's almost like the Tyson effect, or like...
where he bit the dude's ear.
Yeah, like Tyson went off the fucking rails as soon as he got super famous.
Yeah.
A lot of celebrities do. I can't think of the other ones. But John Jones, he was one. He was great. And then he started doing all this coke and stuff like that.
Coke will kill you.
It sucks. Like, it sucks that as a Conor fan, because I can't defend it.
Hey, he's in the wrong. Like, what can you do?
I get it. Emotions are high. And I don't blame him for confronting Khabib. But he should have done it, like... Not that way.
Not that way.
You don't throw a fucking dolly at a bus and then end up hurting other fighters. It's just dumb. I don't know. I've been hyped up like that before, but I've never been like, I'm gonna throw this dolly through this window at these innocent people. The whole thing makes him look bad. He's got a lot of work he's got to do.
So do we want to watch the video real quick?
Yeah, the video's worth watching. Absolutely. It's real quick.
Let's see what we got here. Oh shit.
Oh, no, you haven't gotten to that point.
So that's the UFC tour
the
bus.
bus, though.
Yeah.
Yep. And then here's all his crew. And he's running towards it. That's Conor. He's running. He goes. Obviously, he had this in mind. Grabs the dolly, no problem. All these guys try to stop him.
Oh.
Smash. And then where the windows smash, it's full of people. There's 3 or 4 people there.
You can see that.
Yeah. And that's real glass. That's a bus glass. Isn't like normal glass. It's heavier. It's denser.
I was thinking it was one of those flat buses.
Yeah, no. But after he does that, all of his team's like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Oh, yeah, look inside.
Yeah. And then that's the point where he runs. They all run to the Escalade, get in, take off, and then he turns himself in that night. Yeah. But there was a warrant out for his arrest. Like,
yeah, there was.
Yeah, so it's...
It was, yeah.
Just dumb, just silly. I mean, he put his name in the news, and yeah, but it makes fans like me, at least, of Conor fans, even all his other antics. I'm fine with the shit talk and all that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not okay with that. Like, that part bugged me.
There's a line.
Yeah, and I get it. He was hyped, but that's not an excuse. He's a 29-year-old man in the professional limelight. You don't throw dollies at... Anything could have happened. Yeah. Anything could have happened there.
This
you could have
killed
someone.
WWE.
Exactly. And that's what it felt like. And it's... I don't know. I just wasn't a fan. It was tasteless. And he's going to pay out the nose for it. At the end of the day, he did nothing but hurt his own bank account and his own family. Yep. So he's going to have to fight again if he wants to make that money back.
Or respect back for that matter.
Yeah, seriously. The other fighters were obviously really upset. The only fighter I think that defended him was, ironically, Nate Diaz, his rival.
Yeah.
Nate came out and was like, yeah, no, he was in the right. You know, Khabib's a bitch, this and that. And I'm thinking, like...
Nate's just starting shit.
Yeah, I was... Nate, you're not right. You don't do that.
Stop. What are you doing?
I'd rather Conor went in the presser and fought him.
Yeah, literally duke him out right then and there.
That would have been, that's worth that's one assault charge, that's hella news, and you fought like a man, not throw a dolly at, other UFC fighters that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, what I originally thought it was that he went on the bus and started taking names.
No,
which I was like, that would have been neat.
That would have crazy.
It's still ballsy as fuck.
Yeah, if he would have
done that. But it's a lot better than throwing it, like you said, a dolly through a glass window and shrapneling people's faces up.
Yeah, it's definitely shitty. It's shitty to see, but hopefully he gets his shit together. Hopefully next week we'll have more on it. So.
All right, so we are a little over time for our podcast, but
we're good. Would
you like to do a quick Ready Player One, not breakdown like the Tomb Raider, but a review, spoiler-free review with the ratings around the table?
All right, yeah.
All right, we'll start with you as always.
All right, I am gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
Tom.
Oh, he didn't see it.
Didn't see it.
Two of us haven't seen it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you guys didn't
So
see
what do you
it.
think what do you want to...
I want to give it John being a dick slap.
Okay. Well, okay, so a 0 and a dick slap. Okay, I'll give it a solid 7 too, I'd say.
Yeah, it was different. I liked it. It's at least a fresh storyline. I didn't even know it was off of a book. Of course I didn't. And everyone who's read the book says the book's better.
Well, I mean, that's always how it is.
Yeah, everyone says that.
The book's always going to be better. You have more minor details to make major changes.
I liked it, and there were a lot of it I liked more than I hated. The only part I hated is there's a part in the movie where it's showing everyone playing the game on the streets. Mm-hmm. It was so outrageous to see kids playing next to roads with these VR glasses on.
That was a bit weird.
Doesn't make any sense. Why would you let your kids go do that? And they never really made it clear. Do you have to physically do the things to do the moves in the game? Or do you just think the moves?
Yeah, that wasn't also explicit either.
No, because sometimes the kid would do a move and he'd
like
do
the chair the villain was in.
Yeah.
There was a few things that were not touched on. I feel like that's a book thing, though.
Yeah.
I feel like
the chair because there's no chair there.
Yeah, right. Like I feel like there's definitely a few things.
Plot holes. For sure.
They're overlookable plot holes. I'd say.
Yeah.
They're not like Star Wars Last Jedi plot holes where you're just like Luke.
Who the fuck is Snoke? Yeah.
Who is Snoke? We still don't know.
Who is Snoke?
Exactly. So, I have to agree. My biggest concern was, as I was sitting there watching it, I remember how I brought up the review I watched, or review I read of it, saying that it has a lot to do with obsession. So, like, that was in the back of my mind a lot. I don't know if it was in yours either.
Yeah, it was in mine too, yep.
And definitely I got what they were going for with the whole obsession thing, where the guy's obsessed with getting, the codes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Or the keys, I guess. And that is what leads to the chain of events.
Yeah.
And how more people... And at the ending, obviously.
Yeah.
This thing he says at the end.
Yeah.
Not a spoiler there, but at the end, what one of the characters says about the video game.
Yeah.
And its creation, more or less. But what really irked me was how much power this company had.
Yeah.
That is what got me a lot.
Didn't make any sense.
It didn't make any sense, and I feel like they kind of hinted at it because they were selling... This isn't even a spoiler. This is like the first, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
They hint at like they're selling pieces of gear for the game, and that's how they're making all their money or parts of their money.
Almost like remember like
loot boxes.
Yeah, it's
that's
like
exactly how it felt.
And
I think that's what they were going for, but they don't make it explicitly clear.
But it's very similar.
But it's very similar. So I kind of get where that was, but the cops were useless.
Yeah. It seemed like it was obviously the Oasis world, which is the video game world, was really cool and really well done, and that was the coolest thing.
Visually, it was an orgasm.
So cool, yeah. It was so cool. We're seeing it just for that. And the characters, all that shit was really cool. Walk down memory lane. But when you went to the outside, when they tried to mesh the outside world, you could tell how little they put into it. It didn't make any sense.
I feel like that's part of what they were going for, though, because it was like the slums. I get that, but I get what you're saying. The connection between the two, especially when it came to that corporation.
Yeah. But I liked it. Like, it was a breath of fresh air.
It was definitely new.
And it didn't feel like a reboot or anything. I've never seen anything like it, that's for sure.
The only thing that felt rebooting was the references. Yeah. And which is perfectly tasteful, considering it's a video game where you can make what you want.
And you have to look for them.
Like, yeah. It's not like... a lot of them are blink and you'll miss it. A lot of them. Yeah. There's a few that are like, okay, that's obviously StarCraft. Yeah. Oh, that's obviously Back to the Future.
Yeah.
But there's even subtle ones, too, that I guess I guarantee you miss and I guarantee I miss, vice versa.
Yeah. Which is cool. It's like each person had a little piece of it. Mm-hmm. I liked it. I would 7 out of 10 solid. I just wish they took maybe a little more time to explain how it worked when they're on the outside. Because in the Oasis, you were in it. Like, oh, okay, this is awesome. But then on the flip side, like, he would be on his little rotating thing with the main character, but then you'd go to the other guy and he's in the chair. So, do you have to move to move? I
feel like you could have two-parted this. I really do. I think there was enough material to make it a two-part movie.
I actually agree with that 100%. I think they could have took more time to build up the plot. And then, like, okay, here it is, and then you get just a badass second part 2. I agree, 100%.
I feel like the start, especially, you're thrown right in.
It does feel rushed.
The start is where I had the issues, where it, like, literally you're thrown in. It's like, oh, by the way, corn syrup drought.
Yeah.
Another drought is 2044 or 2047. My parents are dead.
And that's
in the first 5 minutes. It's like, I live with my aunt and her piece of shit.
And it's hard for me. It was hard to follow because they'd be doing different shit. But then they just narrate over it. So he's doing something completely different, and then his narration is explaining his parents being dead and all that.
I mean, it was a 2.5-hour movie, too.
Yeah, it was pretty long.
So you definitely could have taken an hour out of that, had an hour-and-a-half movie, and put 30 more minutes in of exposition for another portion of the movie, either which way.
But I liked it. Overall, the casting was cool. The Shining shit was super cool.
Mm-hmm. I think that was my favorite scene by far.
Yeah.
The Shining reference.
Yeah. I liked it. And I liked the whole we didn't know... The keys, it was cool. Yeah. I recommend anyone who has even an ounce of nerd in you, go see it.
I agree.
Because it's worth the, oh my god, it's Battletoads, or oh my god.
Battletoads.
Yeah, like, it was so cool to
Spoiler,
sit there.
There's Battletoads in it.
Of course there's Battletoads in there.
If you can think of the video game, it's in there for the most part.
And it's cool that they hide it. I like that it's not my fucking fault, Tom. If you would have showed up Monday, you would have been invited. Straight up. And you couldn't go because you were in Pittsburgh. That's on
mistakes.
I didn't blame you guys for that.
Oh, okay. Well, he is, and that's his fault. If he was there Monday, he would have got the invite. Period. You can't blame me for forgetting.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It should. Nice to know ahead of time, though.
Yeah.
You were in whatever.
I found out Tuesday morning before I left.
Yeah, but I knew you were going to Pittsburgh. You told me Monday.
Yeah, I told you Monday.
Yeah,
when did you guys plan this?
Like a week
ago?
We
were originally going to go on Friday.
A week ago. This is the first. I didn't hear about it until Tuesday morning.
Well, okay. It was our ex-cameraman's brainchild. I would like to point that out. So
yeah, T-Mac was the one who organized all this.
So
he's to blame.
He's not 100% to blame.
No, he's not to blame.
Oh, okay.
Well, I said, if I would have saw you Monday, I would have absolutely been like, "Yo, you got to come to this." But I knew about you not being able to go. Obviously, we talked about it at the Uno table. So
we talked about it on Monday.
At the Uno
you guys
table.
had known about this for a week.
But we didn't pick a day.
Whatever.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
So that's our review. Well,
half a review.
Our preface of
I recommend seeing it. I mean, I would see it probably again just for the Easter eggs and shit.
Same. Apparently, there's a lot. I was looking at a list. There's some that didn't even make it into the movie. There was 3 that didn't make it into the movie. Aragorn from Lord of the Rings apparently is supposed to be in it. A Frozen reference, and I forget the third one. But there's a lot of good Easter eggs that didn't even make it in.
No, it's really cool. I liked it. Like I said, it was cool to see a movie that was new, and it wasn't a goddamn reboot.
You know, it definitely felt fresh. That's why it's just those plot holes do hurt.
Yeah, that's the only part, and that just might be nitpicky, but
I would watch it again though, like you said.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely, if you watch it with your you have to be open minded. Yeah. If you watch it with realism, you will fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Because there's so much of it, you have to suspend your belief. Or you're gonna
suspension of belief helps.
But if you can suspend your belief and just invest in the movie, I recommend it. I really do.
And we live in a world where Fast 8 got a 87% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's true.
So suspend your belief a little bit.
Yeah, I would say 7 out of 10 solid.
7, 8, I give it that in that range.
Cool.
Anyways, So that's it for the week.
That's it. All right, cool. So yeah, that's player one. McGregor's a psychopath.
Ready Player None. Get it? Because you saw the movie.
Yeah, that's right. You guys gotta see it.
A little preface there for you.
There you go. So next week, what do we have? We have Rampage coming out.
Rampage. We have to see that.
Yep, Rampage.
I wonder if they're going to do a remastered of that because that movie's coming out.
Probably. Yeah.
That would be
I
good.
get that. I saw the shirt there.
Yeah, it's cool.
I got it just because of the flashback.
Dude, I wish they would.
Yeah,
they got a shirt of it. I hope they do a remastered version.
I'm sure they
Or at
will.
least a flashback with an N64 or something.
That would be
Are we
wicked.
doing a Provolone interview?
We're going to
Hopefully
work
soon.
on that.
Yeah, we're gonna work on Provolone.
We are interviewing Cheese.
Yes, that's right.
A block of cheese.
Block of cheese. Not much audio there, but yeah. So Rampage, I want to see blockers, but
We'll see.
yeah, blockers.
We'll try to get at least one of the movies.
Rampage is definitely the next one we're gonna see, and then we're almost on the road. Infinity War's after that, I think.
Yeah.
So
Deadpool.
yeah, so we're on the road, but
Big
yeah.
movies and video games. May is the beginning of the upward swing for video
Thank
games.
God. Anyway, yeah, get Far Cry, watch Player One, and see what happens with McGregor.
I agree.
So, I guess anything else?
Anyone else want to touch anything?
No, that's it.
Cool.
Do your usual.
That's right.
Like, share,
Follow us on Swiss Army Nerds on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe, please. Preferably on YouTube. That's the easiest way where you get our content consistently. I'm late on the Monday one. You'll get the sports one that comes out. And then Sunday, you're going to have another sports one, and then hopefully Monday, too. So we have a lot of content. We're going to chop this up into little bits, and then we're going to have a bunch of little highlights, which I'm getting pretty good at. So
we're still working on the shirts, too.
yes, the shirts, all we need to do is send them out. We're just dragging our feet.
Don't worry about it, though.
It's WrestleMania week, that's why. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, Swiss Army Nerds, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And we will be back next week.
Play us out, Alexa.
See ya.